So, ayun na nga. We left the Philippines, and by the time that you're watching this video, we are already a month in here in Canada. Our flight was around the second week of December. So, we were expecting the Christmas rush even sa airport. So, inisip namin madaming tao, kaya we have to leave early.
Here it is, departures.
We left at 3 a.m. and we just came from BGC. So, malapit lang naman sa airport going to Pasay. So, less than 30 minutes, I think, we arrived in the airport. And we were expecting a lot of people nga. Pero, ayun, luckily, kalmado ang airport that time. Maybe because it's still early. And hindi naman namin naabutan yung airport rush talaga. Here we are just unloading the luggages from the car. Very challenging kasi bukod sa mabigat, ang dami. We had 2 luggages each. So may 6 23 kilo luggage kami. Plus may hand carry kami na tigi-isa din kami. So plus 3. And then we also traveled with our mom. So meron din siyang 2. And may isang hand carry na trolley din. All in all, we have 8 big luggages pang check-in and then 4 hand carry luggage plus extra hand carry na backpack. And for my daughter, may extra pa siya na plushie. And yes, kasama din tong Minnie Mouse na to. And this is where it gets emotional. Nung nailabas na namin lahat ng luggage, it's starting to sink in that we are really leaving the Philippines. So, the hardest part is really saying goodbye to family.
What did you push? All of those?
My weak arm.
Free. Hi.
Fresh lemonade, fresh sweet. It's traffic around here.
Yeah.
So, before those check-in moments and before this one, napapunta na kami sa gate namin, we had breakfast at Jollibee to have our last chicken joy in the Philippines. The check-in process was easy because the ground crew of the airlines were very efficient to organize the line. Kaya hindi din kami nahirapan. Sa immigration naman, there were lines but it was fairly quick. So this time, we are heading to our gate for boarding. Our flight is going to Narita, Tokyo, Japan. The flight was 4 hours and then we have 3 hours layover for our flight from Narita to Vancouver. We flew with Japan Airlines from Manila to Narita and Narita to Vancouver. Then for Vancouver to Saskatchewan, which is our final destination for this trip, we flew with Air Canada. And this is it! We are boarding the plane. And few moments, lilipad na kami. And officially, we will be leaving Philippines. It was surreal. It was mixed emotions, syempre. Pero itong bata, very excited. Actually, this is our first international trip as a family. And first trip, immigration kagad. We flew economy class. So, medyo nasa dulo kami nito ngayon for the first flight. And this is my daughter, Bree. Madami pa siyang energy by this time. And excited siya for the takeoff. This is my husband, Brian. Hindi kami tabi-tabi for this flight kasi the seat arrangement is 232. And my daughter wants a window seat, of course, so that she can view the takeoff. Kaya, hindi kami magkakatabing tatlo. But it's okay. And si mother naman nasa likod namin. And of course, because she's in the window seat, here's the mandatory take-off shot. So another ayun na nga. While I share with you some of our in-flight experience on this video, let me also share with you a little story of why we are flying to Canada. Super yes, we are migrating to Canada as a family. So sabay-sabay kami, walang mauuna, walang mahuhuli. Hindi ko kaya na mauuna ako and then susunod si husband and then daughter ko. Or mauuna si husband, tapos susunod na lang kami ng daughter ko. Clingy kami as a family, so kailangan sabay-sabay talaga. And our pathway for this immigration is provincial nomination and express entry. And this is also the reason why I would like to create a series of videos through this channel or on this channel to share with you my experience, the timeline, of course, the challenges, and everything in between on this application. I would like to also share some tips on what documents you need to prepare or the things you need to do before you start your application, and hopefully be a reference to those who are currently in the pool, who are anxiously waiting for what's next in their process, or maybe you're just interested to apply for immigration and you don't know where or how to start. Or baka naman undecided ka pa at hindi mo pa alam kung itutuloy mo mag-migrate or gusto mo ba mag-migrate. Ay nako, take this as a sign. Ito na yung sign mo. Start on your application. Start preparing for your application. Ito na yun. Go for it. Go na. Now na. Char. Pero ito, disclaimer muna ha. Each application is different. The process may be the same, but the timeline varies. So the videos that I will be sharing in the future is based on my application and my timeline. It can be a reference of the current timeline because the processing time also varies depending on the current immigration needs. When I was still in the process, waiting for the next steps, videos like this helped me, actually helped to keep my sanity kasi nakakabaliw talaga maghintay on what or when will my application have progress. Also, I got tips on what to do, what to expect, and through watching videos of other immigrants who have been through the same process and experiencing challenges, I've picked up some inputs, some tips that helped me a lot on processing my application. And nakakatuwa lang din panoorin yung mga naunang nag-migrate and then they create videos, they're sharing their stories and you pick up something from them. And then it becomes your inspiration and it becomes your fuel to continue and to patiently wait for what's next in your progress. And with all the videos that I have watched, I really found inspiration to also create my channel and share my experience. Lalo na we're already here in Canada, we have landed, we are officially immigrants. I would like to create videos to add more to what has been shared, to hopefully help, give hope or answer questions, and guide the ones who are looking for answers. Or somehow to also inspire. Well, kahit isa lang, as cliche as this sounds, kahit may isa lang talaga ako na matulungan with sharing my experience or family's experience, creating videos would really be worth it. Anyway, going back to the application, I was the principal applicant for our family, and both my husband and my daughter are my dependents. Now, if you're asking me, or kahit hindi mo na itanong, sasabihin ko na yung sagot. Bakit ako yung principal applicant? So, both Provincial Nominee Program and Express Entry Program are using point system. Each applicant will be given points based on age, educational attainment, IELTS score, work experience, and then you get more points if you have family members residing in Canada. Basically, there are a handful of factors to consider. So, when we computed for our points, so Brian's points versus my points, I got higher points than him. Kaya ako ang principal applicant. Kasi more chances of winning pag mas mataas ang score.
We have just landed at Vancouver International Airport. The time here is now 10:46 in the morning. Please make sure to keep your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft stops completely and the seatbelt sign is off.
This is it! We are really here! Officially, we have landed in Canada. Naglalakad na kami sa lupain ng Canada, guys. Totoo to. We are finally here! At this moment, we are already walking towards the arrivals area. And I think the jellyfish area is here. Oh, there. There is a jellyfish aquarium on the way. So we stopped and checked on it.
Welcome to British Columbia.
Ang una talaga natin is CR. At this point, we have been traveling for, I think, around 15 hours already. If I remember that correctly, since we left the house. Kaya, we needed to freshen up a bit. So, this is the kiosk area. And upon arrival, everyone has to pass by this step. This is where you scan your passport and make the necessary declarations. After this step, we were just guided to go to the immigration. And then, actually, the immigration area was just quick. They just checked our papers and a few questions. I think 3 or 4 questions at the most. And then, we were welcomed to Canada. The immigration officer just said, "Congratulations. Welcome to Canada." Nakakakilig. And here, we are welcomed by our family. We had 9 hours of layover in Vancouver before our flight to Saskatoon. So we headed out of the airport. They treated us to an early dinner and then headed to their house for some coffee and some rest. Then, an hour before our flight to Saskatoon, we headed back to the airport. Syempre, naka-web check-in na kami by that time. And by the time we boarded the plane, here, we were already super exhausted. At this point, we have been traveling for more than 20 hours now. Kaya wala na din masyadong video. Wala na din kami masyadong energy. The flight from Vancouver to Saskatoon was almost 2 hours. And I think the 3 of us slept during this flight. And finally, as in super finally for this trip, we have arrived at Saskatoon in the province of Saskatchewan. There are no more immigration stops here. Everything that needs to be done by newly landed immigrants were done at the Vancouver airport. And again, we were welcomed by our family here in Saskatoon. And since we all slept on the plane, our energies were replenished. We were all excited and happy to see everyone. And since Saskatchewan is known for its great winter weather, we were all excited to experience the snow and the cold weather that is very much the opposite of Kainta, where we used to live in the Philippines. And I'll be ending this video here. If you want to follow us on our immigration journey and know more about our application process with the Provincial Nominee and Express Entry programs, please hit the like button, turn on the notification bell, share this video to someone who you think might be interested, and subscribe on this channel. This is Kimmy. Thank you so much for watching and see you on our next video. Bye!